A lot of very heavy stuff. Okay. I understand it. I understand that I spent the last however long yelling at you for something that you haven't done yet. Okay. I'm not doing that because I'm grumpy. I'm not doing that because I don't like you. I'm doing that quite for the opposite reason. I want you to be successful. I want to set you up to be successful. I would love nothing better than to be called into the provost's office at the end of the semester and be told, hey, every single student you have got an A. How can you justify that? And be able to say, well, they did the work and they did exceptional work. And you pick a student and I'll walk you through what they did. I would love nothing better than to be able to say that. So, all of that is to say that you got to do things the right way. And if you run into trouble, that's why I'm here. Okay. If something comes up that could affect a deliverable, a due date, an assignment, disrupt your attention from class, notify me as soon as you can. You do not need to share with me anything personal if you are not comfortable with that. Okay. But if you know, for instance, oh my God, the midterm is the same day as a paper and 2 other assignments that I have are due. You're going to know that ahead of time. Reach out to me as soon as I can, as soon as you can, and I will see if I can reschedule something, or I can work with other professors to reschedule things. Okay. If something's going on in your life that is drastically altering your ability to complete the work, okay, let me know as soon as you can. I will do my best. I will do my absolute best to work with you. I can be flexible about stuff as long as I know ahead of time or as soon as reasonably possible. And this understanding isn't being taken advantage of. So, what do I mean by that? Any good boss that you will have, any good boss, is going to be open to delays, communication issues, right? But the key thing is they have to be informed early and as you go. Hey, I got this deliverable due in 3 weeks. 2 weeks out, I go to my boss and I say, hey, start working on the project. This looks more complicated than I think we thought. I'm going to keep you appraised of the situation. Right now, assume steady as she goes. And then 2 days later, right? So now I got a week and a half. I say, hey, I'm already behind. The design is taking much longer. There are complications. I'm going to work a little extra, see if I can get caught up. Okay. Friday comes around and I'm like way behind now. It's the afternoon and I let my boss know, hey, I'm going to try to do some things over the weekend. I do have other things going on. I do have a life, but I'm going to see if I can throw a few hours at this, see if I can get the ship right. But right now it's looking like our final due date of next Friday is at risk. Right? They've had a week's worth of updates and probably will continue to get those updates the following week. If they're any boss worth working for, they will work with you to get the deliverable to a due date where everybody's happy. Or conversely, they will let you know, hey, look, I'm sorry, but like the CEO is flying in from Portland and that trip is not going to get changed. This is, next Friday at noon is a drop dead hard deadline. Maybe we can push it back to 2 o'clock, but I'm not sure those 2 hours are going to save you a whole lot of time. But, maybe, right? Notice how there's open communication there. That's the key thing. Okay. God forbid you're in a car accident or something. God forbid something medical happens. I'm not implying that you should email me from the back of the ambulance. Okay, that is not what I'm saying. But I am saying, having been in a hospital at some point in the recent past, I am saying that at some point during your time in the hospital, you will be sitting on a gurney just listening to beeps with nothing to do. And in modern society, that means that you will almost certainly have your cell phone on you and will be noodling just to manage the time and your boredom. Okay. At that point, it wouldn't hurt to send me an email saying, "Hey, professor, you're not going to believe what just happened." Right? And then we can work with you. Absolutely. But you got to let me know. Okay. Please don't tell me, you know, that, hey, I had the flu 2 weeks ago and this is the first you're hearing about it. That's different than, hey, something happened a couple of days ago and I've been in the hospital and here's some documentation. Notice the difference in degree, right? My rule of thumb is I am not the most important person in your life. Okay. But I am either the least important person or the most important non-important person. If something truly, life altering happens, your family, your friends, if you're working, your boss, right? I get that those are all first string contacts. But then after that, I should be at the top of the next level of contact, right? And we will get things worked on. And then the second bullet point is, as long as it's not taken advantage of. Like if every week there's a medical crisis, then I'm going to start directing you to student services and might say, hey, maybe we need to look at a medical withdrawal, or maybe we have to look at accommodations or something, right? It's not just because I think that, you're taking advantage of me, but just because every week there's something. Okay, well, there might be something bigger going on in your life that we need to work on, right? We need to make sure that now is a good time for you to be able to focus on classes. So all of this is to say, I am here for you, but you have to communicate with me. You have to communicate with me, because if you wait until afterwards, then you either have a documentation issue that you have to provide, or conversely, it just becomes, it starts to sound like sour grapes. So please, 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 if you run into a problem, let me know as soon as you can. And understand that I am here to help you. So if you have questions, email me. If you want to set up time, set up office hours. Talk to me, work with me, and we will get you through this. Okay?